Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Macedo is the best.
I'll tell you two stories today. Just sharing with you experiences, okay? This guy, I know him for many years. He was a public speaker like me. You know, we used to do events and shows. We were like competition. So, but he was far more successful than I was. Primarily because he was a singer. He used to sing, he had a band. He also knew how to DJ. So I was only a speaker and I knew how to DJ, but he knew being a DJ, he knew how to sing. And compared to both of us, I was very controversial. I was very loudmouth, you know. And he was very polite and nice. On top of that, he had a church crowd, you know. He was part of the community. So by default, you know, they will always support their man. So he used to get more events than me. He used to get more shows. And he became very successful, very rich. He even opened up his own business. And then he started network marketing. And I mean, he was making money through multiple streams of income. This went on for some time, and I guess, you know, you need to be realistic about competition, because he offered a multiplicity of benefits of dealing with him. In fact, after he opened his events company, he even provided jugglers, magicians, DJs, MCs. So he was up there. Now, what happened is, I left and I came down to Thailand. Okay, we were not in touch for quite some time. He was doing very well. So he came to Thailand and I started my online business. You know, started from scratch. So now it has been what? Total of 11 years of being online, but full-fledged, I would say full-time, it's like 5 years. Okay. So lo and behold, I had got a message from him. Okay, I got a message from him. Hey, how you doing? Hey bro, you know, all that bullshit. Okay. So for me, yeah, hi, how are you, whatever. So for me it was like, he was giving me sweet talk. How you doing, man? Been following you. Your growth is incredible. Sweet talk. He's very good at sweet talking. Doesn't work with me. I just told him, see, listen, I'm busy. Get to the point. What is it you want? I have a client. He said, yeah, I just wanted to speak to you about, just wanted to touch base with you. First he was saying. I said, okay, touch base, whatever. Fine. He didn't say what he wanted. I knew that he wanted something. Then second time he said, hello, there's that. Third time, fourth time. And I kept being like sparse, because what am I going to do talking about? He's sending me his family pictures and how is his life in Dubai, and okay. Finally one day he tells me, hey, you know, I wanted to start this YouTube channel. Okay. So I said, okay. I wanted a few tips from you. I gave him a few tips. Because I know him from years, I just gave him a few tips here, generic tips. He said, Loy, listen, I know all this. I want something substantial, okay? And the reason I came to you is because I consider you the best, and blah, blah, blah. I went on. I told him, if you want my time, this is my charges. Now, obviously, I didn't charge him anything extraordinary. I charged him my normal charges. So, $200 an hour, 207, sorry. If you want to, now it's you know, it increased from this year. So I told him, pay that and we'll go accordingly. So, it's okay? Good. Next time, don't run away. Be with mommy always. Okay? See ya. So, finally what happened was, he told me that he wants to start a YouTube channel. I said, you pay the money. I think he got angry, or he got upset that I'm asking him money. Because see, the thing is, today I'm not earning a salary. You want my time, you want my expertise, you want my advice. You pay money. How will I feed my family if I give everything for free? You know? I'll get back to you. Whatever this and next thing I know, he puts on Facebook an update. Oh, you think you know people and you think you know friends, and they're just money grabbers, and people, you get to see their true colors when you ask them. I knew he was talking about me, but because he didn't tag me, I didn't bother. I don't care, you can put whatever you want. So he put it on all his social media feed, and all his ass kissers were commenting, yeah man, people are two-faced and this and that. And he's saying, yeah, they're asking who's this? Oh, someone who is pretty famous. I don't want to take his name and give him publicity. Okay, whatever. I didn't bother. Now he launched his YouTube channel. Launched it. It was like, wow. I'll tell you, when I looked at it, I was like, whoa. Because he really spent production. He bought a professional camera. He was talking, and there were effects, and there were people at the background, and I mean, wow. I was blown away by his first video. And he started bringing out video after video, very high quality. I mean, the graphics, even the content was good, and I mean, wow. But then I started to scratch my head, and I started to think, you're spending so much time with the effects. Like, for example, see my video, I take a camera, put it on, I talk. This guy, the camera is zooming down from a drone, and then he's getting out of the car, and it takes a close-up shot like this, and then there are effects, and then his name comes up, and this and that, and it's like a movie, man. Okay, first one, and he was giving, if you subscribe and like, you'll get a free this, free that, smartphone and this and that. And so obviously his numbers were going up, and he got into 1,000 before you know it. See, look, he's not taking my customers. I don't lose anything. I kept quiet. However, after some time, one day, I just checked his channel. I noticed after, I think, 23 or 24 videos, he stopped. Just stopped. There were no videos for months. And I was like, what happened? Like, why did he stop? And so I was trying to browse, check, this, that. Okay, no answer. I couldn't make out. I just checked his Facebook. He's okay. He's doing fine. Okay. Finally, I asked one person. I asked one common friend who I trust and who knows this guy indirectly, and he knows people who know him. So I asked him, hey, listen, what the hell happened, man? I mean, the guy was doing great guns. His subscriber count was growing up, and viewer count was going up, and I even know that he had ads and all that. So what happened? He said that he was not able to manage the expenses. Each video of his, if I were to look at it from a normal YouTuber, I think each video of his would take around 2 weeks to make. You're talking production value, you're talking a cameraman, you're talking of production team, creative designers, graphic designers, Google, marketing and budget for that. The guy spent a fortune marketing his channel. sadly, the money he was getting was hardly anything. And just imagine if each video takes around like 1 week to 2 weeks to maybe even a month, then your other businesses suffer, right? And we are talking of a COVID lockdown where there are no events happening, no parties, no emceeing, no nothing. And when I spoke to this guy, I found out that every business of his that he had started, the events company, the band, everything, failed because he expanded too fast. He had too many things. He was juggling too many balls, and that is the reason he wanted to try the YouTube channel to do something like me. So I'm not saying he copied me. He was much better than me, much better. And eventually died out. Initially, he had some really big guests and impressive guests and big multimillionaires, like a podcast. Seems he spent a huge amount of money, close to I think $200,000 or more. I'm not sure. Must have spent way beyond that. That's the some are saying $500,000, some are saying $200,000. See, here's the thing, very easy to start a business, very easy to do something with gusto and passion and put money. But long term is where the problem is. It's very easy. Like, for example, I'll give you a small example. You make a new year resolution to lose weight. So you get up at 4 in the morning, you dress up 45 minutes, you run out 45 minutes, then you go to the gym, train for another 1 hour, and come back walking, and then 45 minutes. So overall you spend 2-3 hours, and then after you eat supplement, you eat clean, everything. You make a drastic change in your life. Second day again, you get up at 4 o'clock morning, go to the gym, go running 1 hour, there's that. You do this day in and out. After 3 months, fuck, you're amazing. You share your photograph on social media. You're an inspiration. People have followed you through your journey. 6-pack abs and this and that. Have you noticed after some time these guys just quit and stop? They stop because everyone has seen your 6-pack abs. They've seen it day in and out. Now that it's lost its glamour, slowly you start getting burnt out. You lose the passion. And then eventually it comes down to what are your priorities. No? Even marriage, even having a boyfriend, girlfriend. Initially, wow, honeymoon phase, wow, so great. But long term is the guy, within a year's time, everything finished. I don't know if he's what he's doing right now. So what is the moral of the story? We can have many, like go step by step, or don't spend too much money, keep your costs down. Quite a number of moral of stories, but all I want to tell you is, do not think any career, be it YouTuber, be it a coach, be it a consultant, be it a sales guy, even be it a musician, actor, the more glamorous it looks, the more difficult it is. So anyway, this is the first story that I want to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think? And I'd love to read your comments. You guys take care.